जय श्री माता जी। श्री माता जी के श्री चरणों पे नतमस्तक होकर हम बंधन लेते हैं। दोनों हाथ श्री माता जी को और संपूर्ण चित्त सहस्त्रार पे रखकर हम महामंत्र और श्री गणेश मंत्र। दाहिना हाथ धरती माँ के ऊपर रखा है। चित्त सहस्त्रार पर रखकर प्रार्थना करेंगे, श्री माता जी कृपा करके हमारे ईड़ा नाड़ी के सारे दोष धरती तत्व द्वारा दूर कर Mother, by your grace, please clear our left side. Right hand towards Mata ji, left hand towards the sky. अपना दाहिना हाथ श्री माता जी की ओर और बाएं हाथ को आकाश की ओर करके प्रार्थना करेंगे। परम पूज्य श्री माता जी, कृपा करके हमारे पिंगला नाड़ी के सारे दोष आकाश तत्व द्वारा दूर कर दीजिए। श्री माता जी, बाय योर ग्रेस प्लीज क्लियर अवर राइट साइड। बोथ द हैंड टुवर्ड्स माता जी, दोनों हाथ श्री माता जी की ओर। चित्त अपना मूलाधार के ऊपर, अटेंशन ऑन सेंट्रल मूलाधार चक्र। श्री माता जी, कृपा करके हमारे अंदर श्री गणेश तत्व को जागरूक कर दीजिए। मदर, प्लीज अवेकन श्री गणेशा's प्रिंसिपल within us. अटेंशन सहस्त्र। ध्यान को हम सहस्त्रार मिलाकर प्रार्थना करते हैं। श्री माता जी कृपा करके हमें निर्विचारिता प्रदान की। मदर प्लीज गिव अस थॉटलेस अवेयरनेस। इस स्थिति में हम श्री माता जी के अमृतवाणी सुनते
I have been thinking about writing about all these big pithas that are in India, so it will be helpful to you as well as to others in India. But here the atmosphere is so bad, as if to think of God, to talk of God is absolutely wrong. You cannot say. If people are in illusion and they think that all these talks has brought us nothing, to them it is the progress of the West is more effective, more apparent, that they can see how you have progressed in materialism. And they can't understand how we could progress with adhyatma very much in the area of physical development or mental development. So now we come to a point where we realize that it is very important for all the Western people to have the foundation of adhyatma. For that it is important to give up some of your conditionings, because this knowledge is coming definitely from India. I mean, the Indians had all the knowledge of your medical science, this science, that science, that science. But God's science is in India. And for that, what are you going to do? When the question of God's science is concerned, what are you going to do about it? How are you going to work it out? That this is the science of God. And the God science has to be understood with full dedication and devotion. Because of the conditioning of the Western influence, the Western progress, sometimes we just do not know how to grasp this knowledge within ourselves. Very difficult. But if you can understand that as for science, we had to accept it fully from the West, you have to accept the knowledge of your spirit from the East. East has the knowledge of the spirit. For that, you have to be ready to receive it. But if you are still in your arrogance, if you are still in your own conditionings, then you cannot do it. Like a boy who comes from a village, was never known about science. And he suddenly put him in a science college. He said, "What is this nonsense? What's all this on? I have never known these things. Why should I use a test tube? Why should I go in the laboratory?" All kinds of things he can start saying. And this conditioning is there. Then he'll run away from school within 1 year or 2 years, maybe earlier. And that is what I find is their conditioning. Which turns away many people from Sahaja Yoga after some time. So we must watch our conditionings, what sort of conditionings we have. While the Indians have conditionings of so-called religious beliefs and this ritualism, they are very much conditioned also. But it's easy to overcome that when you realize that whatever you are worshipping, for example in India, everybody has a Kula Devata, means the family goddess, everybody has. They must worship that goddess, particular goddess, everybody has. So they have to, if they just ask, "Mother, are you that goddess?" the vibrations start flowing. So the conditioning gets very easily eradicated. But the mental acceptance of something is very difficult to go. And I've seen also when they get married or marriage is arranged, they go mental. They go mental. If you go mental, then you cannot understand many things. But if you are spiritual, then you can understand. For example, we see Mother Earth giving us these flowers and all that. How can we go mental about it? It's a living process. For any living process, we cannot get mental. So now you will say, all right, this is because the seed has got this and the seed is planted. But how? Why? That you can't answer. Can never answer. Then you'll keep quiet. But say, if there's a sage, he'll say, all right, this is Mother Earth. She wants to give to her children these flowers, fruits, these trees. So she's working it out. So one has to jump from one conditioning of materialism. Now you should see in matter, energy never moves. Energy is stationary. It never moves. And also energies which are moving, so-called, like electricity, this, that, are absolutely blind. Supposing there is electricity here flowing, all right, well and good. But supposing somebody stops it, it will stop. It has no mind. It is a mindless thing. So in materialism, you become mindless. You start seeing also that within yourself, that you have become mindless. And becoming absolutely, I should say, like robot sometimes, which is mindless, which is fixed quantity. And I see very much clearly in the West, I've seen that people have very fixed ideas. It's difficult for them to get out of it because they don't have that movement towards the spiritual subtlety where one can use the mind to do something. We would say that Mother Earth has got the mind. No, that nobody can believe in the West, except for Sahajogis. That the Mother Earth produces these vigrahas. She produces these deities. Nobody will believe. How can you believe such a thing? That this Mother Earth thinks, that this Mother Earth produces these things. But logically you can see, logically. Say a tree has a certain height. The fruits have a certain shape, certain colors, flowers same. Who changes all the seasons? Especially in India, it's very clear-cut 6 seasons. It's called as Ritambhara Pragya in the Hatha Yoga. Now, that is the one which is a lady, which thinks. She has a mind of her own, she decides. And she works out everything. This concept was doubly denied in the West. First is that they cannot accept a goddess. Woman has no part. Right from Socrates onward, nobody has talked much about a woman, except of course there is Sakina and all that, but it's very minor roles they have. Greeks had goddesses who were just like human beings, so that also gets ruled out. And very little was accepted. And when Christianity came, some of the Christians saw to it that there should be no mention of the mother in any way. But despite that, people worshipped the mother. They worshipped the mother of Christ as some like a goddess. Though in the Bible she's talked as a woman, in a very derogatory style. She's addressed. So the conditioning of people is about the power of God who hangs somewhere in the air. That He's there and that He gives us everything. But what is the communication? What is the justification or what is the logical thing? How to explain? So you have to say it is a mystery. God is a mystery, He hangs somewhere in the air, He does everything. And how can people believe in it? So the Christian conditioning has been even worse than, I think, Jew conditioning. Because they just took it out, Christ's mother away. Though the painters, artists wouldn't do that. They wouldn't accept. They had the mother there. But despite all that, the motherhood has not been respected that should have been in the Bible, which is a very wrong thing. While Mahalakshmi herself incarnated as Mother Mary, herself, and to say about Mahalakshmi as a woman, I think is a great insult. And where women are insulted like this, where the goddesses are insulted, we cannot expect any spiritual growth unless and until you accept that is the Shakti, is the mother who is the only thing that's the communication between us and the divinity. So this conditioning, Christian conditioning, has to go out as far as the motherhood is concerned. It's very surprising sometimes when I see how these people are trying to bring down the level of a goddess to just a woman. So this is a very big blessing in India, that they respect mother as the Shakti. And that the whole thing is done by the movement of the Shakti, by the thinking of the Shakti, by the coordination and the understanding and the planning of the Shakti only. It's not done by God Almighty. He's just a spectator. She does everything. Once that concept can fit into your heads properly, then you will see so many conditionings will drop out. Because religion was organized, and in an organized religion you can put whatever you like, the way you want to put it. And it was such a big mistake. By that, people developed a lot of ego, lot of things against women. And also the first sin, they call the original sin and all that, is because of a woman. They really ill-treated women and they have no respect for them. So the women have changed their role, and instead of becoming mothers and goddesses, they have tried to become something like actresses. But you can understand that without the power, there is no sense in anything. And this is the power of love. And this is the power of truth. And once you get that power, we should humble down and know that this power is within us, which has given us all this knowledge, which has given us all this ability to raise the kundalini. All this is because of energy within us, Shakti within us. Without that we are nothing. And that too is the mother who has done it. I do not know how much to press this point, but it's important. Because I find, especially in England, some newspaper people came. How do you feel as a guru, as a woman? I mean, it's a kind of a thing, a woman, and as if I am sort of a that movement where women are starting a fight with the men, sort of a thing, and now this is another guru who is a woman, so she should be supported, or some sort of a nonsense like that. It's only the mother who does this job. So there's no question of asking such a question. But that's what it is, that we should first know that it's the feminine quality of a woman as a mother is very powerful. But we should encourage it and try to develop it so that spiritually you can communicate, spiritually you can imbibe these qualities for your own children. The mothers who do not have adhyatma can never develop good children with proper emotions, with proper value system of morality. So it is very important for every mother to be very proud that they are mothers, and for girls who are going to be mothers to be very proud that they are going to be mothers and that they represent the Shakti. So now what is the part of the men is to take full advantage of that power by understanding, by complimenting, by looking after that power. I am not talking only about your wives, I am talking about your sisters, your daughters, your mothers, and the whole society where women are to be respected and they have to be respectable. And women should try to be respectable, to try to know that they are the powers and they are the ones who will be used by this divine power as channels, more than men. But if they are useless, then of course they wouldn't bother about them. They would like to bother then about men much more than what you are. So it is important to understand what is your role in Sahaja Yoga. This is your role in Sahaja Yoga, and I'm sure you can work it out. You can manage this part. You can equip yourself for this role, which is so beautiful and so good. So much can be said about Mahalakshmi, and there's no end to it, but I think later on we should keep this program on every year. You all should come to Mahalakshmi temple here, to the Kolhapur, and then I'll again tell you all about the mother's qualities, what she is as Mahalakshmi. And today we'll have they have Mahalakshmi of the Shri. वो है Shri Sukta है Shri Sukta. Shri Sukta is about Mahalakshmi's qualities. बरं तर ते आधी म्हणूया आपण. आधी we'll have Ganesha Stuti and then we'll have this. So seriously you must understand what is it. थोडं पाणी पाहिजे. मेरे मुंह में जरा दे दो तो. That's a translation. I'm just in meditative mood today. I don't know what I'm talking. Because this Mahalakshmi is a thing that finishes everything else. Left, right is finished. Now you are just in Mahalakshmi state. What to do? Mahalakshmi state means nirvichar, nirvikal, beyond that. I don't know what stages it is. It comes down a little bit, then again it goes back to the same. तो दिल्ली वालों को भी सबकी तरफ से बड़ा धन्यवाद कि यहाँ आए और कोल्हापुर की पवित्र भूमि में आकर के इसकी पवित्रता बढ़ा रहे. आशा है आप लोग सब आराम से होंगे. रात को इतनी देर से आए हैं, बहुत देर हो गई. मैं सोचती रही कि पता नहीं कितने बजे पहुँचेंगे. बहरहाल जो भी हो, आशा है आज की पूजा में आप लोग फिर से पूरी तरह प्लावित हो जाएंगे. सबको अनंत आशीर्वाद.
जय श्री माता जी। थैंक यू श्री माता जी फॉर ऑल द डिवाइन ब्लेसिंग्स। श्री माता जी को धन्यवाद करते हैं आज के मेडिटेशन के लिए। श्री माता जी के श्री चरणों में फिर से नतमस्तक होकर हम बंधन लेते हैं। जय श्री माता।